It's a cold, cold night out here. Gonna have a snowstorm tonight or tomorrow. Don't know how long I'll be out here because of the weather. Might head in the garage or something for when I get cold. But nonetheless, here we are. Just got the ability to go live yesterday, so you know, this will be the second live. And well, we're gonna see where things go, see who shows up, what kind of questions get asked, things of that nature. So don't forget, if you stop by, kind of treat this live as like a open discussion, or view me, if you want, as a, like, say it how it is person, but also give you as much detail as you possibly could need. Now I'm going in the garage. Oof. Too cold out there. Oh, stretching. Give me 1 second, guys. Here we are. Do not forget that you are loved. If by nobody else, then hopefully by yourself. You love yourself, Can't love anyone else if you don't can't properly love anybody else if you don't love yourself first. I know that just kind of sounds obvious, goes without saying, but a lot of these things are easier said than done, and sometimes we just forget about them because we've tried so many different ways to actually have those thoughts come to us, you know. Yeah, like how my thoughts are leaving my brain now. Hey, hello, what's up, Giants? How we doing tonight? Yoli, it's in my YouTube name, Matt the Visionary. My name is Matt. How are you doing? I might go outside in a bit. I'm just in the garage because we're gonna have a snowstorm in a bit, and it's like really windy out there. So, for those new to this live, obviously, probably not obvious what this is, but essentially, you could, because I mean, I'm just starting. This is my second live ever. You can kind of view it as an open space to talk about things that either most people aren't intellectual enough to talk about, or things you have in-depth questions on related to mindset, health, herbalism, logic itself. I mean, I don't have any sort of degree, but I wouldn't say that I'm stupid either with what I've been through in life. So, um, it was something I'm personally really passionate in is supplementation, especially since I have a lot of problems with my body. Hello, Endless Void. How we doing? Make sure we're not spamming too much, okay? I appreciate it. Um, but yeah, we're here. We're gonna see where this live goes. Second live ever. Maybe it'll, more people will come in with a certain thing in mind, and we'll go from there. But kind of open book at this point. Love to go in depth about almost anything. Most people can't go in depth anymore, so. Excuse me. Just a bit of acid reflux, sorry. Just ate a little bit ago, so. But wow, now that I'm not cold, I actually have so much free room to think. Shit, what's there to talk about? Anyone have any questions? Oh, that's awesome, Yuli. Your name is Matthew too? That's awesome. Matthew's a good name, even though ironically there's a lot of people who, at least that I've met, that kind of give our name a bad rep, you know. I feel like even girls can see that because every time, you know, they find out my name's Matthew or just whatever, it's like, I mean, I don't know if that's the reason, but they always seem to like seem a little deterred, you know, but that's not everybody. So, uh, I'll probably be going live tomorrow, Thanksgiving. I'm off work. Maybe you guys will see some snow outside tomorrow, whenever it comes overnight, or tomorrow night actually, and probably will be during the day because I would assume more people would be on. You know, more people here asking questions, things like that. But just to give an example of what outside looks like now, anyway, before the snow, you know, this is before the snow. As you can see, it's really cold, cloudy. Definitely looks white up there from all the snow that's about to come. So, yeah. But I'm just trying not to freeze out here because it's like 38 degrees. Hard to wear gloves and record at the same time. So, you know. But I hope everyone's having a great night. I hope everybody uh, is doing what they need to do to get their goals achieved in life, any best way they can. Um, and I mean, we all have our vices, bad habits, things we use to cope. And depending on how that's used, no, all the way. All the way. Full zip, baby. Fuck a quarter zip. No, I'm playing. But yep, all full zipper. I don't buy quarter zips. That's just if you don't have a zipper that zips all the way up, what are you doing? You know? Excuse me. Cause like why even have a zipper at that point? You might as well just wear a like full sweater without a zipper. A partial zipper is just like an eyesore, kind of. Like I'm not dissing them, but it's just like what's the point? Like other coats have collars too, you know. I mean, and yeah, you don't always have to be serious in here. Feel free to ask basic questions too, but just knowing I'm very intellectual with how I go about things and how I read into things. So, hey, I'm starting to snow and I'm freezing again. Back in the garage we go. Get the light on in here. Oh. Yeah, I know, Serge. But this is my second live ever. Obviously, not much going on right now. It's not like anyone comes with a written script in their hand, you know. So obviously, it's going to be a little rough around the edges off the bat till things started to get going, gain that momentum, you know. Um, and obviously, this isn't the best of times. So this is kind of more like a test to see, well, how many people are on, and then obviously to help kind of get myself familiarized with what I would say, how I could keep bouncing the thoughts together, you know. But and I mean, I've also realized this. I figured another reason I'd start going live, especially since I've wanted to for a while, is because all I do when I'm bored is I end up watching a bunch of people go live. Half the time they don't even have to be like talking about anything in particular. It could just be a vibe, stupid, and yet I'd still listen to it. And so maybe I just don't understand the psychology of it from a viewer watching me, but maybe that feeling I get watching other people is universal and everyone has that sort of thing. They just like to listen to people talk, you know, get a peek into their minds, so to speak, you know. Um, See that there's good people out there still, you know. We're just all separated by a long distance most of the time, unfortunately. Like, a couple of the closest friends I have are like minimum 2 hours away, and I met them off a live on YouTube actually. Um, funny enough, the one I'm referring to, but yeah, I mean, you just got to be spontaneous with life, and be able to ground yourself with what you know is real and compose yourself in a way that doesn't give others the perception of the image of you that you're not trying to portray, you know? Like, for example, not that anyone does, but there might be one person in the chat who's never heard anything smart in their life say, "Oh God, is this guy Einstein?" Like, or you know, but I'm really not. This is just how I'm choosing to come across. There's many ways you can word things. Hi, life as Michaela. How are you? Sorry, didn't want to misread that. Yeah, we're just here, second live ever, trying to um, ponder ideas, think about life, talk about health, alternative medicine, quote, or well, not alternative medicine, like supplementation, herbalism. That's a big thing I'm into. But feel free to ask whatever sort of questions. You know, this is a open live. You know, no hate here ever. You know, at the end of the day, we're all trying to learn and expand upon what we know and connect with one another. And if we can't do that by being real with ourselves and asking in-depth, genuine, honest questions, then where are we ever going to be in life? You know, I mean, this might seem mundane, but like or overused. Hold on. But the reason we keep searching for more, even if we think we have it all or have all our desires, is because we know there's something more or we want something we don't have yet. So we aren't actually fully fulfilled like we thought we were. We were misjudging what we knew based on the limited information that we had. And because of that, hold on. Oh, excuse me. And because of that, we create a lot of our own problems in our life. And I'd say a good 8 out of 10 things that you do in a day, you probably don't want to do yourself. Like, for example, us humans, we have the unique ability compared to other animals to choose what we want to do based on free, quote unquote, free will, freedom of choice. If an animal is hungry, 99% of the time they eat. If I'm hungry, I can tell myself, no, I'm not going to eat and just not eat. But if I do that same sort of thing with a problem or an obstacle in my life, and fuck, where am I trying to go with this? Damn it. Man, I'm trying to string these thoughts together and I just lost it. This is a new thinking pattern, actually trying to bounce off of things. And it's hard when you don't have many questions in the chat to help redirect or further specify because I tend to over explain things, you know? You can honestly think, like, compare my brain to an AI almost. It's kind of scary, but, and I mean, I've always been like this, so it's just the way I am. But that doesn't mean I'm emotionless and cold. I have tons of emotions. Like, I have chronic anxiety every day, for starters. Um, Obviously, I manage that, but when anxiety is too much, it's just everything spirals out of control, man. You can't think straight. You can't contain your emotions. You um, can't be yourself, really. And if you can't be yourself, fully calm, and allow all those humbling, positive thoughts to come through, then how are you, again, this just circles back to what I said earlier. It's like, how are you going to grow and do anything better in life then, you know? And I feel like a lot of people underestimate the power that they have in their mind and acknowledge that it's their most powerful tool slash asset that they have because it's what connects you to this reality in this body, you know, and I mean, the fact that we're at least one of the only creatures that we know of on this planet that have that sort of like consciousness, I guess you'd call it, because animals, at least the way I've read up on it, there's like different words for different states of awareness. And us humans, we have self-consciousness. Like we're aware that we're humans. Like I know myself when I see myself. Most animals don't have that ability, which is why when you see a animal in front of a mirror, like on social media, those videos, they always like freak out because they don't know what the fuck, or they start beating on it like thinking it's another animal like them. They are what's known as sentient, or the state of sentience, and that's not at quite as in depth. They rely purely on instincts. They don't have thoughts the same way we do. Like they're not going to sit here and think anything that I'm expounding upon right now. They might not even think at all, but the thoughts they would have, if any, are like hungry, food, almost like caveman. Like, because that's what instinct is. It's automatic from within, instinct, I mean, and for anyone who came back who was here off the start, the reason I'm in the garage, and you can see out here it's already starting to snow. So, yay, lake of snow. Might get, maybe not my area specifically, but they said like 9 to 19 inches or something. Like fucking ridiculous. And there's nothing on the ground like you just saw. So, um, but yeah, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask away. Um, I'm gonna keep being a broken record if I don't like have a pause in between thoughts or have any questions. So I do apologize for that. Um, let's see. Oh, I guess while we're on the topic of winter, anyone live in a winter environment or where they drive in the snow sort of thing? If so, always remember mix a little bit of if I had to give an exact percentage ratio, maybe like 70% window washer fluid, 30% rubbing alcohol, the 91% or whatever the higher one is, mix into your windshield washer fluid to help de-ice the windshield during the cold and prevent from freezing again, because alcohol doesn't freeze at normal freezing point. It freezes at, I believe it was negative 179 degrees Fahrenheit, which most areas don't get that cold, not that I'm aware of. I mean, like maybe Antarctica. No, I don't even think Antarctica. Like they're cold, but they're not that cold. And also, if you don't have the heated mirrors and you have the bottle, just squirt a little bit on the mirrors to unfreeze them. And always put a little on the wiper itself to get that ice off, because the ice always prevents the wipers from fully, wiping and engaging. So, but if not too many more people are in here, I might hop off for now, go live a bit later. But, yeah, because, I don't want to waste all my time and all yours, not that it's a waste, but, time is something we can't get back. We have to choose to spend it wisely, or at least have a purpose in mind, and, at least in my eyes, have some sort of fulfilling purpose in doing whatever I'm doing. And even if not many people watch this, the couple people who do see the bits and pieces and listen might be able to resonate. I mean, I haven't said anything deep yet, but I'm just kind of giving a grounding foundation to this channel. And since I only have a certain amount of subscribers, it says my live is limited, whatever that means. I don't know if that means it like messes with your algorithm or you only get so many views or what, but oh, hey Brittany, what's up? Was just about to head out, but I mean, if you have any questions to ask, feel free. I've just been kind of giving a grounding of my channel, almost out of thoughts at the moment, because I mean, I've said so many different things and can go bounce on anything indefinitely. So, but yeah, it's snowing outside, Brittany, if you want to see. Oh, it's slowed down a little bit now. We're supposed to get that bad lake effect if you saw. This just started 5-10 minutes ago. Like, literally. 5-10 minutes. Oh, sorry. My bad. I was doing sideways, so I thought that would show it better. But yeah, this is what it is outside. Missed what? You're good, Brittany. You're good. You didn't miss much. Hasn't been really any questions. Couple, basics like what's my name, even though it's in my YouTube name. So didn't think that needed an answer, but uncommon sense, I got it. It's getting uncommon, man. You just can't call it common sense anymore, Like, I mean, I don't mean to like beat down on anyone's intellect anymore, but like honestly, look around you and the way the world is functioning. Do we really think people have common sense? You know? Yeah, I had a good day, Brittany. Work was all right. We got out a tiny bit early, so and I'm off tomorrow for Thanksgiving, so I'll probably be live again tomorrow. Probably twice if I can. I'll try to have at least one of them in a earlier part of the day, maybe like lunchtime or something like that. Somewhere where a decent amount of people would probably be on. Still trying to obviously get in the algorithm and like I was telling the viewers before, if there were any, that when you first start YouTube, like since it's newer, it says my lives are limited, even though I could still go live. So what that means, I don't know, but the couple extrapolations I can have posit are the fact that like maybe they want me to have more subs to like actually fully put me in the algorithm, but I don't see how that's gonna happen if they're limiting the views. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's kind of unfair, and I feel like the way they're running now, don't hate me, YouTube. This is free speech, right? Honesty. But it seems like they have the big people they want already where they want them, so they're not limited, of course. And they're trying to make it harder for anyone else to become big. So because a lot of people and what the message they're trying to preach kind of I guess it's not as distracting or profitable as the bigger people, but I mean, I really don't need to say more about what YouTube prioritizes, do I? Or any big business for that matter. It's all about one thing, you know? It's never about the betterment of anybody. It's just for. God, it's snowing so. Damn, it's already accumulating. What the hell? Look at this. Jeez. It's snowing sideways. Crazy. You see why I'm not out there now? I'm camping in the garage now. So you got me effed up. But I hope everyone out there has had a great day, and continues to do so. Um, really wish there was more people here or more to talk about. But if you're still here, Brittany, I might end in a couple minutes and then maybe hop back live. Probably late tonight, if I do, if not tomorrow. But I just want to see if I'd be able to get a few more people, you know what I mean? Get out there? You got me messed up. No, I don't got no gloves. You see how red my hands are already? Just from being in here? Like, well, I actually look way more red on the camera, but that's besides the point. Like, I'm just as skinny as Brendan, maybe a little bigger, by like 5-10 pounds, But I mean, but I'm taller. So for his height, he's more normal weight than I am. I'm a little lower in weight for my height. I'm 6 foot. I don't know how tall he is exactly, but maybe like 5'7" or something. But all I know is I'm taller. We've met in person, so. Damn it, he was texting me. Sorry about that. I don't know if you heard that or not. Could you hear my phone ding there if you're still there, Brittany, as a test? It just did it again. 5'2"? Well, that's not bad. I mean, you are a female, so you're gonna be a little shorter, of course. You know. You did hear it, yeah. I figured. What the fuck? Maybe next time I'll turn on Do Not Disturb before I go live. Alright, that's just one of my gaming. He can wait. He's not gonna spam me anymore. Um, yeah, really don't know what to talk about because all I'm worried about is this godforsaken snow. I mean, not that I have anywhere to go tomorrow, but the next day, and anyway, if the snow accumulation's bad and the plows don't get around or salt the roads, then I don't know how I'm gonna do anything, or not, sorry, not do anything, but how I'm gonna get to work safely, you know? I mean, I always do, but the anxiety along the way is not fun. It's like, uh, it's like being on crack, you know, you just go temporarily insane, you know, like you panic, you know, anyone who makes the slightest mistake, you effing, blah, 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 you know, like it's not fun, you know. All that adrenaline at once is never meant to. Oh, like I was saying, well, the lake effect warning, which is on top of the normal forecast, says anywhere from 6 to 19 inches. However, the normal forecast, meaning if lake effect doesn't affect, then it'll be at least 3 to 5. So nonetheless, there will still be a lawn covered of snow, like guaranteed, you know, if it's a lot or not a lot. But the larger amounts were expected further south of us. So we might luck out again, kind of like how we did a couple weeks ago when we were meant to get 5 to 10 inches, but we got like nothing. So that was nice, especially for us because we always get slammed, either us or up in like Buffalo, New York area, you know. They always get the record, they always get the cake every year for most snowfall. But we're like right behind them like every year too. So, oh wait, what state are you in again, Brittany? Let me guess. Oh wait, I think you said Ohio, right? Or am I mistaken? My other guess was going to be Michigan, but I don't know. Some northern state, that's for sure, you know. Oh, Virginia, really? 5 to 6? Are you in like Northern Virginia though? I mean, either way, that's still probably more uncommon. And is it like a snowstorm, like a warning type thing, or is it like just raining in a lot of areas around where you're at? You know what I mean? Like, because if it's like just you or just a front coming from, you know, west to east, it might just be from the front, you know what I mean? But like, there's not much normal snow that happens in Virginia unless it's a storm. That's the only reason I ask, you know. At least not in like Southern Virginia, Central. That's where it's hot, you know. Northern though, maybe, because Northern Virginia is basically like bordering West Virginia, which is basically bordering PA by like a time gap of 45 minutes at the skinniest point. So Southwest, hmm. So that would mean Tennessee or Kentucky is getting snow then? Oh, huh, that's bizarre. Even further confirms my theories about the geo, um, crap. I'm trying to find a way to say this without getting censored. The weather thing. That's all I'm gonna say. If you know, you know. um, but yeah, like it's. Oh, I know. The wind is crazy. We have like a separate wind advisory. Gusts are up to 50 miles an hour. And even before this cold, my lips are already starting to crack. Like, mm, right there, burning so much. Like it's. I have to keep licking it because I ran out of my lip balm and I didn't get any. But I ain't going out in this shit. I'm waiting. I mean, I would go out in this right here, but there's no point going out just for that. Kentucky, West Virginia. Oh, okay, okay. Do you guys normally get snow every winter? And if so, is it like sporadic events like today or whatever? Like just every rarely so often? Or is it like every week, every 2 weeks you're getting snow? Because like here it's damn near every day when it's full-fledged winter time, you know. It's not always huge amounts, but there's always snow most of the time on the ground or it's guaranteed cold at the very least, you know. I mean, yeah, I might go get some caffeine in me, come back later. Yes, we get it here and there. Okay, so like every now and then, yeah. It's probably not like in super high amounts like it would be to today though, right? Like when you normally get it, is it lower accumulations of like maybe an inch or two? Or is it always like 4 or 5 inches, you know? I would assume not always, you know, but I don't want to be, assume something I don't know, you know. I call it a presumption. Don't know entirely what the definition of that is, but the way I use it is it's an informed assumption. That's how I use it. That's probably not the definition at all. But if you say presumption or presume instead of assume, it sounds less offensive almost all the time. So just a little tip, you know. But yeah, I'm probably gonna head out for now. Brittany, anyone there? We'll be live a little bit later. Oh no, don't even get me started on Vaseline. That stuff's horrible. That stuff does not work. Like it gives you that temporary relief, but it stays wet forever. That's not moisturizing your skin. It's just sitting on top of your skin. If it was actually absorbing, then it would go away like lotion, right? Vaseline stays there and just blocks it. Not just that, but when I was using it on was it my face or I don't know what, but like oh yeah, my nose area, cause like it was so red from when I was like blowing my nose. I don't know if it was cause I had COVID or like just got sick or something. I was just blowing my nose all day for a couple days, and it was like so raw. I put Vaseline on that, and it started like crusting up, cracking, and then like it just like hardened all around the skin. Like it was like glue. I had to fucking peel it off. And it was so painful. Like my nose would bleed on the outside because I had to peel it all off, like this part. And it was like, what the hell? Like I already have bad enough psoriasis as it is, but Vaseline just like plugs your skin. It doesn't absorb, and it's cheap for a reason. I mean, it's based off of oil. Why are you putting oil in your skin? I mean, what sense does that make? It's petroleum jelly from petroleum. You know, like it's just been normalized in modern day because, it's cheap, it's something that gives relief. But just because something gives relief doesn't mean it's good for you. Like I could inject all the heroin right now and feel like God. That doesn't mean that's good for me. You know, like ironically, a lot of the times things that make you feel good or way better than you think you should feel are not only have serious withdrawals and the side effects and whatever, but it's not natural and poison. It's kind of ironic. Almost like how healthy foods for us taste bad or not desirable, but we could eat all the ice cream, cookies, mac and cheese, and whatever we want, right? You know? Like I mean, our brains are wired to crave, well, not crave, but to be motivated by dopamine. That's why drugs and like overeating is a problem because you're not rewarding yourself anymore. You're just giving yourself pleasure for no reason. And then so when you go days without those things, without that sugar fix, without this, then everything just seems like bad. You don't enjoy things as much as you should anymore because your brain's now dependent on that reward to keep you motivated. And that's why people get depressed off of these drugs because it's overstimulating that reward system, dopamine, and that you just can't get enough of it until your receptors are fried, and then almost nothing works anymore, you know? And then you're just left permanently damaged, and you'll end up probably ODing really, really fast because your body doesn't respond to anything anymore. So you're going to try everything new, and then whoop, one little too much dose and you're gone, you know? Like, especially with the fentanyl epidemic because of how cheap it is, you know? It's one of the most deadly cheap Chinese alternatives to opioids that we have. I didn't even know it was Chinese at first either, but supposedly the real shit is morphine and the street shit is fentanyl. So you can kind of equate the two together. And then, and or like heroin on the street. Or wait, no, no. What was it? No, yeah, fentanyl was like crack, sorry, or something. And then the like street heroin is the equivalent to oxycodone, which is like one of the strongest painkillers that you can be prescribed. It's I think it's like 10 times stronger than morphine or something, but that's still medical. The reason fentanyl's so deadly is because of how potent it is and how little you need. And if you have slightly too much, you're dead. You're literally dead. Like it's most painkillers depress your nervous system and your respiratory system. So eventually you'll just stop breathing. You'll breathe so shallow and you'll just, you know, done, you know? Like yeah, I know, and a lot of that's cut with fentanyl too. Like a lot of drugs are cut with fentanyl because it makes it cheaper and it makes it way stronger. But a lot of these willing people don't know they're buying fentanyl. So then when they go try the real shit, they're like, I'm not getting fixed, you know? Like, well, what's going on? Like, because they didn't realize they now have a fentanyl addiction, you know? That's why I don't buy weed on the street anymore, you know? Well, that and I have a medical card now because, you know, it's definitely a lot safer knowing I don't have pesticides or anything in my stuff, you know? But essentially, like, because working at a place like that, so much goes to waste. Like, if there's a seed in it, whole nut gone. If there's like slight bleach marks, which look like dead, like yellowish leaves or whatever, whole bud gone. Move to the next one. Like you, shit's picky, which I like because as a consumer, and I feel a lot safer with that, with all that strictness. You know, it's not like people are allowed to just spit in your weed. You know what I mean? Like no, no, like, but um, yeah. So the and fentanyl, like I was saying about fentanyl, fentanyl is I believe they said it was 100 times stronger than morphine or something like that. And that's the reason it's so easily addictive too, because it's so potent for so little. And but the issue is my only issue, if I were to ever start a drug, would be like, can I guarantee I'll have an infinite supply? Is this plug like you know, like consistent, like reliable, or are they just all of a sudden gonna go ghost and then now you're left fucked from drug withdrawals? And what do you do, you know, other than you go to the hospital, get like one of those crazy meds, but which is basically just their drug of that because it's the only way your body knows how to function now. So you permanently damage yourself and you now have a drug dependency, regardless of if you want it or not. Some drugs there is no healing back from. Like your body will always be dependent on it. And that's why I feel like I need so many supplements just to function, to counteract all the damage done or the deficits I have in my own body to be able to try to live a healthier, more balanced lifestyle. You know, which that doesn't mean run every day, eat 3 meals a day necessarily. No, everyone's definition of that is different. And I don't think you should be eating 3 meals a day anyway. That you want to know why people are fat, that's one reason. It was pushed the whole most important meal of the day is breakfast thing was propaganda pushed in the early 40s, I believe. That's essentially just trying to sell more food, you know? And then the more addicted you are to food, the more you buy, you know? Especially if it's like snacks that sell out fast. They're like the fastest sellers of everything, you know? Yeah, I took care of a lot of babies more. And assuming their parents were on drugs, so they had some sort of like fetal transmission there that they inherited from their parents. And it's just unfortunate. And that's where the term, crack baby comes from, because then that kid is always going to be dependent on something, or they're just not going to function right until they get a drug. And that's the even sadder part, because it's not the kid's fault. Like that's horrible, Brittany. I really wish that these things never happen, but unfortunately, we do have free will and people can choose to do bad things if they want to, which is, I don't think, good. But again, everyone's definition of good and bad seems to be different, but there actually is an objective morality and truth. And guess what it's all grounded in? Something that always stays the same, can never change. In some ways, it's math, if that's what you were thinking. But no, logic. Everything is grounded in logic. And logic, just like, truth don't care about your feelings, or facts don't care about your feelings. That's the definition of logic at that point. Because, like, if someone doesn't like that, I tell them to their face, hey, they need to change their life. They need to get off all these drugs, this and that. First off, they're already not in the right mindset to be able to, like, comprehend or change anything, because they're just so stimulated, the drugs kind of taking over at that point. And they're not even thinking for themselves. But just the fact that I'm not wrong for saying that, it's kind of an objective truth. If you have any bit of sense in your noggin, someone doing heroin and pills probably shouldn't be around their kid very much, It's not a good influence, and especially if there's like aggression involved in the home. Oh yeah, I know, Brittany. And what's even more messed up is alcohol. It literally is direct poison to your nervous system, and yet that's the most common drug we have. Most people don't even consider it a drug anymore, just because of how normalized it is, and the fact that you can buy it legally without needing like a special license or something, as long as you're old enough, right? I wish it was like that for weed too, because that'd be nice. But they obviously don't, they know things that we don't, and that they're not willing to say, which is one of the reasons it's fetal alcohol syndrome. I was just thinking that. Excuse me. But one of the reasons it's regulated, oh boy, excuse me, is because they shit, my voice. They make money off of it, obviously, taxes, things like that. The price they sell it for is way higher than it's actually worth, that's for sure. And the fact that I believe that it can help us in some ways, at least those people who don't have like certain sensitivities to it, like, some people, they smoke, they have the anxiety no matter what strain. It's not only sativa or only this. Some people genuinely, their body just can't do it, and that's okay. But all I'm saying is I feel like it opens your mind up to a lot of different ways of thinking. And since it's not like you're doing acid, you're actually changing your brain and whatever, like, it's, even though it's technically a light psychedelic, medical or marijuana, it doesn't make you trip directly. But I think that psychoactive-ish property has to do with the way it changes your thinking. Because why else would it be called psychoactive if it doesn't actually make you psycho or active? But no, as ironic as that is, it's just like I've never understood it. Like, not just that, but when you think that people can drive down the road, most people driving down the road are on how many different medications and pills a day? Some of them being psych pills. And those pills get you way more high and in a different mindset than weed does. Yet there's nothing wrong with driving and taking your antipsychotic meds. That's not illegal. Even though you could be doing 80 feeling like you're drunk, you know. But, you know, smoking weed is considered a DUI. Okay. Like, dude, at least for me, I mean, everyone's different, and I've heard other views, but what I would assume is that since you're drunk, right, and you drive, most people end up in accidents because they don't realize how fast they're going. That's because their response in their brain is delayed, their reaction time. Whereas I think weed is almost the opposite effect. It enhances your perception and like almost lets you feel what's gonna happen before it happens. I've even noticed this when driving sometimes. Like I'll let off the gas like just at the right time to where I don't have to like hit the brakes before the car in front hits their gas. And I'll like be just the perfect distance away every time. Like I mean that could just be from driving experience, but I think it might have to do with the longer term of that as well, and it just enabling new neuron connections to form, different parts of the brain to become activated that were never activated before. Like when you really think about it, all of us have the capabilities of Einstein, Nikola Tesla, all that. We've all just been poisoned in a lot of different ways that it's hard to convey everything in a way where we can because our brains are inevitably partially damaged in some ways. Like for example, me, right? Probably. For me, I do because it lowers my anxiety down from panicking and wanting to road rage at people. So, you know, my meds only made that worse. They made me fucking scream out the window at people half the time. Like it was insane. But fuck, what was I saying? Um Fuck, it was about to be really good, damn it. Um, Fuck, I forgot it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna head off for now. Maybe we'll see if we can catch some people later. I don't know if you'll still be awake, Brittany, but I could try to be on in a couple hours or so. Just gonna you know, make sure my buddies aren't waiting on me too long because we had some plans on there. I'm really not much of a gamer anymore. It's just he's because me and this buddy, we're always at work. It's like our first time playing in a month, so you know. But yeah, I mean, I used to be into video games a lot when I was younger because you know what are you gonna do when you're overstimulated by pills and you know you're 12, 13 in the house, other than running around biking, all the stuff I did when I was a kid, which I wish I could still do, but. Unless you're in like one of the friendliest neighborhoods where everyone's out walking and shit, there's really no motivation to go out and do anything, you know? I mean, everyone's inside. You're like the only one outside doing what you think is a decent thing. And it's just like everyone's become a hermit nowadays. And no wonder why we're all disconnected and hate each other because we all have this barrier in front of us that gives us the illusion that we can just talk any way we want, think any way we want, say whatever we want to people without any repercussions. And that's just not true. No matter where you are in life, every action you take, everything you say has a ripple effect, you know? And to deny that would just be denying cause and effect itself. Like, if I turn this knob and pull, which would be the cause, the effect is the door opens. Ta-da. So to deny that would just be like there's nothing to say to people like that. They can't engage in a conversation. There's no point in even talking to them. And yeah, I can't sit still much either, but I also can't stand all the time. Oh, I'll stretch my legs because well, I can't just stand because my arthritis, fibromyalgia, my lower back pain will just, it's like it compresses, and then it just gets too unbearable to deal with. So I gotta spread out the wear throughout the body, you know, at least try. That's why I move. Haven't been moving as much as I wanted to lately, but you know. But all right. We'll see you guys later for anyone who's here. Don't forget any new viewers if you're there. If the feed number is being weird again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if it lets me fully publish this after, because it's on private by default, but I can change it. I don't know if the last live uploaded yet or not, because it was like not working last night for some reason. But yeah, feel free to like, share, sub, uh, type in the comments or on any of the posts I made recently on YouTube, any ideas or things you might want me to talk about. It's a lot easier when I have something to talk about or someone has a genuine concern for something because then it motivates me to want to help, you know? So that's just how my brain's wired. Like it's like a go, help, assist, love, you know? There's nothing of any ill will ever from me, you know? And even if someone deserves something, unless that directly affects my life in like a life or death way, I'm not ever going to directly impact someone else. You know, I'll take the hate, I'll take whatever. There ain't nothing I haven't been through already in my 26 years on this planet. You know, I might still seem young, but people call me Unc, so I must be old enough. So, but all right, we will see you guys for now. And yeah, good thing, Brittany. Yeah, let me know. Type anywhere, honestly, even on a short, I get all those notifications. So, but we'll see y'all for now. Peace, love, and happiness, and stay safe, everybody.